Well, greetings fellow gun guys. Tony from AZ Gun Guys here on a predator hunt today, a new one. This is about mid-March 2015. Basically today came out to do a little coyote hunting, a little possibly a bobcat or maybe a fox, whatever came into our area. Bobcat season's just about coming to an end. But coyotes in Arizona you can hunt 24/7 all year round. I don't know about at night, but you can shoot them all year round. But today I want to talk about, do a little, not quite an unboxing and review because I've had this. Is my Mojo Outdoors Double Trouble Predator Call. Okay, here it is here. Now this particular one, bring it a little closer for you here. This is a nice setup. Came with it the bag, the call itself, the handheld, which is the right there, okay. I come out today and I'm barely lucky to get 15, 20 yards max. You should get more than that. Now, granted, I know the old days guys would call from their mouth calls and, you know, blow into them. But the thing's out there, it's flipping around, and that's the idea. You're away from your deal so that they focus on the call and the decoy that's flipping around, and you can get a shot off a little easier at them. Well, I can't do that when I can only be, 15 yards away. It's ridiculous. And even then, when I'm just at the edge of the range, I have to hold the thing up and press it way out there to try and get it to change calls, to change volume, to mute it, to go through the calls. So all in all, I gotta say, I'm not overly thrilled with it. The other big company, this is it here, the Mojo Outdoors, okay? And this particular device is called the Double Trouble. And I like the idea, but the speaker, it's not very loud. It does come with an external speaker, which I didn't bring today. You can plug, it's a nice unit. I like it because it's single. It sits right in here, like this. Okay. Sits in here and it flips around. It does its thing on top. It's all one unit instead of buying a couple different units. But I keep hearing good things about the Fox Pro. They certainly sponsor a lot of outdoor shows. But I had good luck with this, with the company. I want to get that across. I had good luck customer service-wise, but the device, I think, falls short. I got to say, I'm considering taking it back and maybe swapping it for a Fox Pro. I'm not sure if I can live with it so close. I might be able to. By the way, is that a cool shirt or what? Huh? Coyotes fear me. Took a nice seminar at the outdoor show here in the Phoenix area from a guy named Greg. Forgot his last name, but this is his shirt here. Death Dealer. Can you see that? Coyotes fear me. There it is. Of course, it would help if I wore my camouflage shirt, which I left on the kitchen table today. So that's not necessarily the smartest thing. So, in closing, it's not as loud as you would hope. My Coyote Mentor has a really loud one, and you can bring it loud, you can adjust the volume. He's never had issues with it. I've taken this out three times. Three times I've had issues. First time it wouldn't work at all. Second time the range was so minimal I sent it back. Range has not improved much at all, if any, with the new handheld unit in my hands. So all in all, they're expensive. These things, they retail for over $450. I paid around $200, $250-ish, somewhere in there. Still, it's a lot of money to lay out for a device that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, doesn't do what it says. The sounds are good. We called a couple coyotes in on it before, the first time we had it out. I guess this will be the fourth time I've had it out. When my Mentor, he was working it, and we called a coyote in with it. So it does work. The sounds are good, But overall, I'm not impressed with the range, the volume. Certainly the range really bugs me. And again, this is the Mojo Double Trouble. It's their top line, man. It's their top shelf. It's their champagne version. So all in all, that's what I would have to say. As far as everything else, the Arizona desert is beautiful. We're enjoying it. It's a beautiful March day out here. Coyote killer, backup, got everything we need. But all in all, Double Trouble, when it's not working, if you know it, you lose it. So I'm going to head back to town here and got to do some stuff around the house. So nice. But I do want to get out and try it. I'm going to actually try it on a football field when I go home. Maybe I'll get some video of that and actually test the range out and finish up my my synopsis on this thing, because I don't want to send it back unless I'm completely sure I'm not going to use it. It's not going to be what it's all says it is. So I've read the directions and everything. We'll see how it goes. So from the great outdoors, southern Arizona, somewhere between Casa Grande, Arizona and Tucson, Arizona, way in the middle of nowhere, Tony from AZ Gun Guy signing off for now. Maybe we'll get back to this a little bit later. Maybe we'll put it up. Maybe we won't. I'm not sure. But, you know, who knows. Anyway, love the shirt. You got to admit, okay? All right, that's it. Take care. Thanks a lot. Okay, so here we are now, the next day after the coyote hunt, which is what you just saw a second ago. And I'm going to do an actual, try and judge this better on the Double Trouble. This is the Mojo Outdoors Double Trouble. Again, I like the device, I like the concept, I like the idea that it's all in one, but the range on the remote, it just is wrong. It's just not, it should be, they say a couple hundred yards. I'm happy if it goes 60 or 70 yards, but I don't think it's going to do it. So I got it turned on. Incidentally, I did 2 stands. I don't know if you can take a look at this. 2 stands, if you can see the battery meter. Not sure if you can, but I'll hold it real close. The battery meter's down less than halfway. I did 2 stands of about 20 to 25 minutes each. That's it. It's already halfway down. And the batteries are rechargeable, and I had the thing on all night before I went out the next day. So it's definitely eating up some battery. Okay, so there's the goal line. We're going to come back to the 10-yard line, which is right here. Field is marked off here. Notice the goalposts. All right, we're on a local field here. Spring brakes, everybody's gone. So at 10 yards, let's see if we can deploy the decoy. Alright, decoy comes on. And we'll give it the old dueling jacks. Track select. Bring up some volume. Okay, there it is. Hopefully you can hear. I want to freak out the neighbors here. So at about 10 yards, all is good. Mute. Okay, mute works. I'm going to turn off the decoy. Okay, so at 10 yards, we know it's good. Obviously, that's not far enough. You want to be a little further away. Again, I'm keeping in mind the realistic deal here. There were guys for 100 years, 500 years, whatever long, guys been hunting coyotes. Let me get to the 20-yard mark. Okay, right about there is 20 yards. See if we can zoom in a little on it. But guys, forever we're using mouth calls and they work just fine. Alright, let's deploy the decoy. Decoy's working. Unmute. Okay, and it's working at about there. In theory, this should work all the way to the other side of the field. The 100 yard. If it did that, I'd be, well, I wouldn't complain. I'd be fine. Okay, 30 yards. Unmute it. This was about the range I had on my last hunt. This is about as far away. Let me give you the whole. Here's where I'm at. Backed out wide, a wide shot. Okay, I'm hitting mute. I'm getting nothing. There it is. So I've had to hit it a few times. I think we're running out of range right about here at 30 yards. Back up to the 40 yard. Okay, there's 40 yards. I'm going to zoom in just for the point of the show, of the video here. All right, let's try and turn off the decoy. At 40 yards, I can't stop the decoy. I'm pressing stop. I'm going to try and unmute it and see what we got. Alright, so volume. I can't get any volume. I'm stuck on volume 12. I'm going to pull back and show you this guy here. Here's the remote. Hopefully you can see it. I go to bring the volume up, it's on 12, and I got nothing. Now let's try and change sounds. Let's try and come down to Bobcat and heat. Okay, here we go. Track select. Okay, it made the change. So I'm not getting volume. It's having trouble on range. I can't get any more volume than 12. It should go to 20. The decoy will not shut off at this range. I'm pressing decoy. It's still spinning. I just pressed decoy several times. Go back out to the device. Try and mute it. Okay, it did mute. But I got no control on the volume. Let's back up. I'm going to go out to midfield. And I don't know if it's so line of sight that brush gets in the way, because I couldn't have been, I was definitely closer than this range here. Okay, this is 50 yards. I'm on the 50-yard line here at the school. I'm going to zoom in again for the deal, but here's my true distance way out to here. Decoy I'm pressing. Cannot stop the decoy. It's unmuted. See if we got the screaming bobcat in heat. So at 50 yards I got nothing here. I cannot change. I got no volume. I can't bring any volume up. Let me pull out and I'll show you. Okay, so here's the little right here where my thumb is. That's the little mute deal. It is not coming off mute. I'm going to try and change tracks. Go to good old Coyote dying. Coyote dying. Can you read that? Alright, let's go track select. It should be track 13. It will not come off track 11. I'm 50 yards away and this has now become history. So it's supposed to go at least 100 yards. Now, if it went 50 yards, I could almost live with it, but even that's a little close. You know, if you can get your dogs to come in and attack the call right there, you got a good chance of getting scoring a hit on them. That's the problem. At 50 yards, the Mojo Double Trouble, which again, I like the concept, I like the device, but it doesn't work for range. You're supposed to get at least 100 yards, and it advertises 100 to 200 plus yards of range on the remote control. This is the second remote. So everything told on this thing, I had one that I originally bought and had issues with. I took it back to Cabela's. They swapped it out for me. You might have seen my videos on it. They swapped it out for me, and they gave me this one in the bag. It came with some extra things, an extra speaker, an extension for the decoy, all that stuff. Still, they take this one out there, and I couldn't get any range. I ended up sending the one that you see there behind me, right back there, and this guy here, the remote, I sent it back to Mojo in Louisiana. Good customer service, nice guys, took care of me. I said the range is not there. The little housing right here on the antenna was not on the remote when I got it from the second one in this package that I got. It was not. It was just a little teeny spring. And I knew that was wrong because I had the first one. It was on there. So this little protector, and it was brand new out of the box that way. Okay, I want to emphasize that. Cabela's guy snipped the deal and opened it up and pulled out, and there was just a little spring. So when I sent it back, I got nothing back from them that said what they did. They were good enough to add some calls to it, so I'm not going to rip their customer service. They were good about that. Sent it back to me within 2 weeks with a new call. This has to be the new call. I doubt they fixed the other one. I saw no explanation of what they did and how they were, you know, anything that they did or anything. But okay, fine. I take it out on my coyote hunt, and I was barely lucky to get 20, 25 yards. As you can see at the 50-yard mark, it's worthless. I'm sitting here pressing. Let me try it again. Mute. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm clicking mute here to unmute it. I'm trying to unmute it. I'm trying to raise the volume. That should make it go. Stop the decoy. All of it is not the range on this guy. And I have over half battery in here and down to half battery on there. Still, even half battery should work just fine because it's unaffected. 50 yards max. That's it. So double trouble. You got troubles. I got to give this one a thumbs down. I believe that I will probably return this if they let me now. It's been a couple months. Hopefully they will. And go ahead and invest in that Fox Pro. This one was about $250 after everything. They originally were like $450 on sale and on sale and on sale around Christmas time when I got it. at $450, you're getting screwed. At $250, I thought it was a good deal. The Fox Pros are $350, $400, $450. Some of them are $700. Apparently, you get what you pay for, even when it comes to Coyote calls or Predator calls, because the Double Trouble is a lot of trouble, I got to tell you. Maybe it adds up to their name. Double Trouble is, I don't know if it's worth the trouble. My opinion is I would pass, and I would check out the Fox Pro. So I would have to give it a thumbs down, gang. Hopefully, I'll be able to swap it out and get a Fox Pro. If not, I'll make the best of it at 20 yards and low crawl back. But it's ridiculous. I have to get up from my stand, from my chair, walk closer, and change it. And if you do that, if there's anything in the area, that's it. They spot you moving, it's over. So it defeats the entire purpose. For any Predator hunters out there, I would look twice at the Double Trouble for now. I hope maybe they'll fix it and everything will be good in a year or whenever they get their R&D people. Maybe they see this, but they're going to have to convince me because I'm not impressed. And that's it for now. Tony from AZ Gun Guys. Double Trouble, too much trouble. Have a great day, guys. Hope you enjoy this public service announcement. Bye-bye.